Hello, today I'm going to be demonstrating how to plan for a science lesson that would take place in a secondary school. I firstly wanted to show you the blank lesson plan that I currently use whilst I'm on placement. It's split into different sections and this really helps me whilst I am planning because it ensures that I don't miss anything important that may affect my lesson when I am teaching. I suggest using something similar whilst planning your lesson. You can either pause the video now and note down some of the headings that I use or continue to use your own planning method. The first thing that I suggest doing whilst planning a lesson is to choose your experiences and outcomes from Curriculum for Excellence that you will be addressing. The link to this document can be found in the description box below or on my blog Chelsie. This is important because this is the foundation that you are building your lesson on, as it details what the children or young people in your class will be learning. For the purpose of this video, I have chosen SCN 3-13A, which is using a microscope, I have developed my understanding of the structure and variety of cells and of their functions. The lesson that I have chosen is an introductory lesson to using microscopes to see what the class's previous experience is and to use the knowledge and understanding they have gained about different cells, the structures within them and their functions in a more active way. After you have selected the experiences and outcomes you would like to address, the next step is to identify your learning intentions and success criteria for the lesson. Your learning intention should clearly state what the class are learning within the lesson. For instance, my learning intention in this example is we are learning how to use a microscope to examine cells. This is concise and illustrates exactly what the class will be learning within the lesson. The success criteria are statements that children or young people can look at and decide whether or not they have met them. If they have, then the class have successfully addressed the learning intention. The learning intention and success criteria should always be written in child-friendly statements. For example, I always start my learning intention with "we are learning," and I use "I can" statements for my success criteria. It's a great idea to revisit your success criteria and learning intention throughout your lesson and use them within your plenary to gauge how the class have found the lesson. The next part that I do whilst planning my lesson is write down how I plan to assess it. I try to use a variety of formative and summative assessment methods in order to see what the class have learnt and whether they are ready to progress to the next step in their learning journey. In this example, I have chosen observation and questioning. I usually create a questioning sheet beforehand so that I know exactly what questions to ask to ensure that they are effective. The assessment section could be changed whenever you feel necessary. After you have chosen your assessment methods, it is time to start planning your lesson. Within my plans, it is split into 3 sections. These are setting the context, teaching the learning intentions, and the plenary aspect of the lesson. This is where you should detail how you would like your lesson to run from the beginning to the end. I always share my learning intentions and success criteria at the beginning of the lesson and try to include some type of demonstration of the task that the class will be completing in order for them to understand it. The plenary is where you should come back together and discuss how your lesson went. Finally, I list the resources that are required for the lesson in the columns shown. This will help with time management as you can ensure that everything that you need has been collected and is ready for your lesson in plenty of time. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you found it useful. If you have any comments or queries, please contact me on Twitter. My username is ChelseGordon94.